You're tuned in to the Mind of an Entrepreneur show with your host, myself, Sajdah Wendy Muhammad. I am a multi-million-dollar business developer. I have developed business and real estate around the world, and I want to share with you my mental strategies, my technical strategies, and how I made it in the world of business. So I don't teach theory. I tell you about my life and introduce you to people who can also share with you what they've done to become successful. This is a practical show. This ain't a theory show. You don't want to miss it. So stay tuned.
O Allah, guide me among those whom Thou hast guided aright, and preserve me among those whom Thou hast preserved, and befriend me among those whom Thou hast befriended. Bless me in whatsoever Thou dost grant me, and deliver me from the evil of what Thou hast judged. Surely Thou judgest, and none can judge against Thee, and he whom Thou befriendest is not disgraced. Blessed art Thou, O Lord, and exalted be Thee above what they set up besides Thee. I bear witness, nothing deserved to be served besides Thee, and I bear witness that Muhammad is Thy servant and apostle. Amen.
Greetings, conscious entrepreneurs. Add the Mind of an Entrepreneur show to your Roku TV lineup and catch up on past episodes of all your favorite Mo Today shows. Greetings, conscious entrepreneurs. You now can take the Mind of an Entrepreneur show wherever you go. I'm now available on Spotify. Just search Sajdah Wendy Muhammad.
You belong to yourself. You're an independent people, created from the nation of free people. Yes, sir. You don't need to go nowhere but to yourself. Yes, sir. There will be a great separation. Yes, sir. So I said, it is on now.
The college is meant to prepare you for your future. That the time dictates that if we don't do something for ourselves as a people, we will be destroyed. And the aim of the enemy right now is to take us out.
We have God with us. We have Him as our guide. Yes, sir. We don't have to stand around here and ask the question, what must be done? Yes, sir. And let's go and do something. Yes, sir. We cannot sit down. We cannot lay down. Yes, sir. We must get up. Yes, sir. And go to work.
Do you know what real joy is in life? Visioning something and bringing it into reality. That's real joy. Do you know what the next step in joy is? Behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell in unity.
Tonight, you need to fasten your seatbelts. We're going to hear from some of the greatest minds in the world. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of trusting our future and the future of our children into the hands of those who don't love us. I believe we need to revitalize black leadership.
Assalamu alaikum, family. You're tuned in to the Mind of an Entrepreneur show, and I'm your host, Sajdah Wendy Muhammad. We have a very, very special show tonight. We're going to be doing testimonies and talking about our experience last week at the Honorable Elijah Muhammad House Museum. So I'm going to be joined by some of our experience reps. And after we talk a little bit, I'm going to give you a chance to call in and tell us how it felt for you. Some of you have already chimed into the chat. We got people like Solomon the First. He chimed in and he said, I'm still processing being in the home of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. It was like crossing over into another dimension. It was like walking through Stargate. Then he said, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad called electricity one of the most mysterious forces in the universe. The three best known atoms to conduct this force are gold, silver, and copper. And then he said, y'all know where I'm going with this. Look, we got some incredible testimonies we want to share with you. And for those of you who don't know, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad House is a house museum located at 4847 South Woodlawn Avenue in Chicago, Illinois. And for those of you who don't know me, one of my new professions is as an urban historic preservationist. I've been doing talks around the country about how important it is to preserve history that is important to our underserved communities. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to show y'all two videos. One's going to be our coin commercial, and the other one is just a cool little video that my sister Lunisa put together. Anora put together. I'm sorry. I'm looking at one of my reps, and her name is Anissa. Anora put this together, and I want you all to check that out. So sit back, relax, and get ready. Get in the chat or get ready to call in. And when you call in, we'll give you 5 minutes to talk about your testimony because we want to squeeze in as many calls as possible. So take a look at these videos, and I'll be right back with our experience reps. All right. See you in a minute.
This is Sister Sajdah Muhammad. We are proud to announce that the Sajdah House commemorative Elijah coins are finally here. As we renovate and restore the former home of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, we have recycled the old copper gutters and downspouts and created a 1-ounce 39mm coin made of 100% pure copper. Each coin is professionally graded and has its own barcode and registration number. This priceless heirloom, made from recycled copper from the messenger's home, is now available at sajdahhouse.com.
So many places, so many very good to look at, whether you own them or not. It's a pleasure just to look at such presents. Why, I have never witnessed so many presents. I think I have to build me a house for presents. This shows what Allah can do for you and me if we believe in Him.
There is nothing that we could not accomplish in the name of God. You know what your problem is? You don't have even a worthy goal to strive after. I'm going to give you an assignment today. Here's an assignment. Is there something you want? Do you want something? Something that you want, but you have not been able to get it? Huh? Close your eyes. Do you see it? Whatever it is that you want, first envision it. You got the picture. Do you see it? All right, now the question is, you have to claim what you see. I claim this. I claim it. I believe with all my heart in the name of God that I'll bring what is in my imagination into reality.
We're gonna bring it back like it never was. I see in the dome the name Allah written in Arabic.
But I can't just dream, I gotta go to work. How do you bring it into concrete reality? First, without faith, you can't work the vision. Even if you see it, you gotta now believe.
All right. This is the Mind of an Entrepreneur Show, a very special edition of the Mind of an Entrepreneur Show. And let me give y'all a quick recap. Okay. So last week during Saviours Day week, we did our debut of some mini tours of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad House Museum that I've been working on now for the last 52 months. At the end of this month, it'll be 53 months. Okay. So we've been working on it, working, grinding, just really just working to tweak who I am so that I can be the right vessel so that the development of the house can come through me. That's really what the real work has been. And so we decided that this Saviours Day, we would have our debut. The NOI Archives exhibit was actually the house. And so you can't get any bigger archive than that big old house, right? So we have our experience reps and our Sajdah House Experience Reps are people who are helping me to share and extend and facilitate others experiencing the Honorable Elijah Muhammad as it's connected to the Sajdah House, the House Museum. So I'm going to bring on our experience reps. I know some people were having technical difficulties. I can see Sister Dawn's picture there. There she is. Assalamu alaikum, sis.
Walaikum salam.
So we have other experience reps family, but they're having technical difficulties. So as soon as we see their picture pop up, we'll bring them in. But Sister Dawn, tell us what it's like being an experience rep for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad House. Because you, to use some slang, you've been kicking butt. You have really, really helped to bring this thing to another level. So talk to me about that.
Praise be to Allah. It's been an honor. It's been an honor, really, and a privilege. I've been inspired by you and the work that you're doing. And I just felt like I had to do something to help. So this is. I found something that I really love to do, and I'm really passionate about it. And I've just been working hard to make it happen. I really feel like I'm helping our messenger. And that makes me feel good.
We all are, right?
Yes.
Well, you and your family have been full of the spirit, and I'm grateful for you. And I want to say publicly, thank you to you. Thank you to your family. And I just pray that we can continue to grow together in uplifting the name of the exalted Christ and enshrining his greatest student in that house with him. That is the goal. So I'm going to bring on Sister Zakia. I see she is back. Assalamu alaikum, sis.
Walaikum salam. Happy
How are you,
Saviours Day.
Pretty Peach?
Yes, ma'am.
Talk to me about what it's been like to be an experience rep for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad House.
Yes, ma'am. It has been truly tremendous. To be honest, I didn't know what I was getting myself into when I first learned that you were.
What did that mean? You don't know what you was getting yourself into?
I think that to me that means it's not like I didn't know like what it was about, but when you finally when I finally went to the house for the first time, when I actually experienced it myself, it all kind of came down a little bit deeper. And so for me, when I compare to like what I know now versus what I knew a few months ago, I realized, no, you didn't really quite fully understood the depth of what you're getting into. And I mean that in a good way.
Sure.
And sometimes we, you know, when it comes to the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, or when it comes to just doing the work of helping to resurrect the dead, which means part of that is resurrecting our own history and controlling that narrative. We really don't know how phenomenal and how special that is. And so for me, it's been tremendous. It still is being transformative. So this is more than just, you know, us, you know, getting the house together. It's an experience. It's like a journey for me and for all of us.
You know, the interesting thing, sis, is you never know how Allah is going to show up. That's why it's so important for us as believers to stretch ourselves, to do things that are beyond our intellectual capacity. That's why I think it's beautiful when you say, I don't really know, because that way you get yourself out of that box and you stop thinking, this is how Allah is going to show up. This is how, because you don't know. And sometimes we take the sum total of our experiences, limit Allah to the sum total of our capacity when He is well beyond that. So thank you. I'm going to bring on Sister Anissa here. Assalamu alaikum, sis. Uh-oh, she can't hear us.
Well,
can you hear us?
Salam.
Uh-oh, Sister Anissa, you're having some technical difficulties.
I can.
Yeah, you're super delayed. I'm going to give you a chance to just talk about your experience.
Can you hear me okay, Sister Sajdah? Okay,
no,
great.
we cannot. Okay, we're going to keep the show going. We're going to come back to our beloved Sister Anissa because she is delayed. So I want to have a conversation about, and maybe it'll pick up. I can see she's frozen in the backstage area. Sister Dawn, you reminded me about one particular incident that happened this week, and I got a picture of it. That right there. Talk to us about that experience and what that was right there.
Yes, ma'am. That really kind of sums it up for me, because with that instance, that was one of our pioneers from Los Angeles, Sister Rashida, and she came on the tour, and she was on the tour, the second group on Thursday, and during at the end of the tour, when it was time for questions, she expressed her gratitude and appreciation to you, Sister Sajdah, for what you have done. And you turned around and graciously expressed your gratitude for her and all of her years of service in our nation. And then when we got downstairs to close out and visit the gift shop, the brother in the picture with her offered to purchase anything that she wanted out of the gift shop.
Yes, she did.
In honor of her service and all of her years in the nation. And I just thought that was so beautiful, because the love and appreciation that we saw put into this home, it just affected us all on the tour. And he turned around and gave that expression of love to her. So it brought us all to tears, and we just had to take a picture of them together. And it was just a beautiful moment.
You know, that's a goal of mine, is to extend the love to the pioneers, to the sisters and the brothers whose shoulders we stand on. Sisters like this beautiful sister here, and she didn't even know what to say. She was already wearing, you see, she's wearing her commemorative Elijah coin. He said, you can have whatever you want. And she didn't even know what to say. I'm looking at her like, girl, you better get this. But it was just beautiful. The pioneers that came through. Then there was Brother Thomas Jihad, who was the minister's first lieutenant, who came through. Brother Thomas is always so gracious and so beautiful. But, you know, I'm really encouraging through this process that we just gift a pioneer.
Yes.
And that brother picked up on that energy to just gift a pioneer. And I say that to everybody. We stand on their shoulders. So let's give them a gift. And I know Sister Zakia probably has one of her favorite stories. And we'll go back and see if we can grab Sister Anissa. What was one of your favorite stories?
Yes, ma'am. This is really difficult, because I actually had two. But I'll probably just share on the same topic as like a pioneer. I know there's a sister pioneer from Memphis who came. I think they came on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so she said, I believe she was like in the nation since she was like 4. And she said ever since she was a little girl, she's always wanted to come to that house. And then fast forward to now where, like, you know, she finally came, and like she has like her daughter, she has like her grandson, her great grandson who was playing with those coins.
Yep.
And it was just like a very beautiful moment, like, because you don't really hear stories like that as often, but to hear something like that and like to witness, you know, someone for a long time wanted to be in a place and they finally get to be there after all these years. That was one of the stories from like a pioneer that was like truly moving for me. I was like, wow, like, you know, you finally got to do something after, you know, decades. And it unfolding behind, you know, in front of your eyes, and it's being, you know, it's being treasured, it's being protected. And I think that's the best feeling too, to know that, you know, something's going to be left behind, but it's in good hands. You know, it's not in the hands of someone else. It's in good hands to be preserved.
What about the beautiful story of Sister Regina Muhammad from Poughkeepsie, New York? She wasn't even registered for the tour. And when I went out to the gate and I was checking everybody in, she gave me this face, and it was just something about her face. And I was like, okay, she comes in and ends up sponsoring the room where the minister spoke to Mother Marie, where she said, she said to the minister, he is not the same son that I born into this world. That was so moving and powerful. And I just cannot wait to be able to see her name on that room. But she didn't hesitate. She was like, no, I'm sponsoring that room right now. Well, actually, it came to me because she was asking what she could sponsor. And I said, what about this room? And she didn't hesitate. So it was just beautiful.
Yes, crazy.
Let's bring Sister Anissa in, and before we take callers. Sister Anissa, how's it going with your internet now? Wa alaikum salam.
I pray Allah that all goes well. The energy flow. Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, you're delayed. Go ahead and talk because we're not going to be able to dialogue with you because you're so delayed. Okay. Okay, sis, we're going to come back to you because for some reason
hear you, sis.
Okay. I don't know what's going on with her. All right. So what I am going to do, I'm going to take us to a commercial. We're going to come back. And when we come back, guess what we're going to do? We're going to take some calls. Okay. And I'm not going to put the number on the screen now, but I'll put the number on the screen in a minute. And here's a commercial. Let me just talk to you all real quickly about the coins. Some of you all have been asking about the pendants. We only now have 10 of these pendants left. So if you have not gotten your pendant, you need to get with one of our experienced reps and get your pendant, or go straight to sajdahhouse.com and get your pendant. We also have, and a lot of people are asleep on the value of these graded coins. We got about 1,000 of these left. These are going to be your membership coins. And as you can see from this weekend, with the waiting list, with the challenges we have, this membership is going to have its privileges. This is your membership coin because on the back of it, it's got a number that's going to be your membership number. So, and this is a collector's, this is an heirloom. There were people there like Brother Thomas Jihad, and I mentioned that he was the minister's first lieutenant. He already has 3, I think. And I gave him one because I just wanted to gift a pioneer. So don't sleep on this coin. I know these are cute, and I know we like to bling bling and all of that. But don't forget, membership will have its privileges. Okay, so I'm going to show a quick video, and we're going to come back and take some calls. So hang on, stay tuned.
To share with you some of the magnificent and triumphant teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. When we say magnificent and triumphant teachings, these two words, magnificent and triumphant, are adjectives that describe the teaching of Elijah Muhammad. That which is magnificent is that which is supremely great. That which is triumphant is that which is powerful enough to overcome obstacles. Think of it, black man and woman. There is a teaching in America for you that is supremely great, meaning that it is a teaching above all other teachings that have ever entered the ears of a black man and woman.
All right, we're back, and you're tuned into a very special Mind of an Entrepreneur show. And I'm going to bring my experienced reps back on with me again, but we are going to take some calls. So I'm going to queue up this number. Let's get everybody back in the stream. Y'all ready for these calls?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so y'all call in, let us know. We want to hear your voice, and we want to hear about your experience last week at the Honorable Elijah Muhammad House. The phone number is 312-627-9717. So call in. If you call in and the line is busy, you can type it in the chat, or you can try to call right back. But everybody talks about how electric the energy was. I mean, it was really powerful electric energy, just absolutely amazing. I was so happy for everybody to experience it. And now people see why I walk around so dumbfounded half the time, like I'm just out of it, because you see how powerful. Did you guys notice how it just kind of overtakes you?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
And some of the participants of the tours, we saw them, feeling on the walls and just kind of being overwhelmed. I had to ask the sister, like, "Are you okay?" And Sister Zakia was like, "No, she's just feeling the energy." I'm like, "Okay."
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, a lot of people. So give us a call in and give your testimony, 312-627-9717. This sister, I just put this up here. Sister Amina Hanan said that her husband, Brother Chris, and herself had the pleasure of being at the home this weekend. She met Dr. Shakila Hassan, the Pakistani sister that made the Messenger famous Fez, and she said how it was such an incredible blessing. Anybody else? Any other experiences you can think of that? I saw so many people having such powerful moments. Anything else you guys remember? Brother Willie was there from New Orleans. He and his wife. His wife was extremely moved. She was crying when we got upstairs.
Yes, ma'am. There were a lot of tears. Also, what Sister Amina mentioned brought back to mind something that I noticed even outside of the gate. The believers and the people that came they were networking, and it just seemed like it was such a high spirit, even despite the cold weather. They were out there talking, and everybody was excited, especially after the tour.
Yes, yes, absolutely. People were networking. People were meeting with one another. People had out-of-body experiences and all the stuff that they wanted to talk about and share. I noticed that. I just noticed how, and interesting, each tour was so different and so beautiful and so unique at the same time.
Right. Yes, ma'am. Yes. For me, I remember personally, I remember feeling. Oh, yes, ma'am.
We got a call. Let's see what happens.
Yes, ma'am.
Call from
Sajdah Muhammad.
to accept, press 1.
Assalamu alaikum, Brother Carvel. You're on the Mind of an Entrepreneur show. Tell us about your experience.
Oh, it was Assalamu alaikum to all of my sisters.
Yes.
It was beautiful, and just like you said, I was trying to touch everything and thinking the messenger might touch this. It was just beautiful. It's just so much of your history of what you gave us about each room was outstanding. What I've done, I've rested out all the pictures I've taken. I've sent it out to a lot of the believers, and I encourage them to whenever this is open, and also to donate to help to finish you helping to get this done. And they love the pictures, and they really like the atom that's going to be outside. I mean, I can just how that's going to look at nighttime, you know. But I just had a wonderful time. I've been a whole post, and when I used to go over there and look at that house, I couldn't wait till I could go inside it. So I was in the first tour group. I was in the first tour at 10 o'clock on Thursday.
You were in the first historic tour group because y'all are the very first tour group.
That's right. And I wish that we could have got everybody together to take a picture outside. I really do. But I've been encouraging everybody to plan to be there and to plan to continue to help you in this great cause to, as you are doing, to resurrect the home of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and keep this history.
Thank you so much, Brother Carvel. I appreciate you. Thank you for all of your support. And thank you for calling in this evening.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
That's right. Brother Carvel was on that very first tour, which we said that was the historic tour. All of it was historic, but that one was the very first. And that one's going to go down in history as the first official tour. I see somebody said one of their favorite places was Mother Clara's cedar closet. Tiny but powerful. Yeah. That's interesting. Yes. Sister Zakia, I'm sorry. I wanted to ask you a question because, and forgive me if we get interrupted and we have another caller. We're going to chit chat until y'all call us back. 312-627-9717. That's 312-627-9717. Give us a call. We want to hear your testimony about how you felt and what your experience was being in the home, the former home of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Now, Sister Zakia, I know that your grandmother was in the first resurrection. Mm-hmm. How did she respond when you told her that you were in the home of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad?
I think when she learned about the work and she knew that I was in the house. With my grandma, it was like without a doubt, hands down, supported. When I told her about the pendant, she was like, did they take a charge card? And I said, yes, ma'am. And she said, here. Like it was no hesitation. Mm-hmm. It was nothing. She's just like in the spirit of, she wants to see something, before, she's no longer with us. She wants, something of him, especially of, because when she joined, she was a young girl.
Really?
She was really young, yes. I heard when she was around 12 or 13, she'll try to go into the mosque, but because she was by herself and she wasn't old enough at the time, they were tell her, you need your parent or whatever. So when she joined, she was very young. So something like this is, you can tell it's very sentimental because it's almost like a part of your childhood too. I wanted her to come, but because, she's dealing with things with family and things like that, she wanted to be home. But inshallah, she can experience it herself because I would want her to experience that herself, just to kind of, have a little taste of that and recharge those memories.
Yeah, what's beautiful is that, inshallah, we're working on the virtual tours, so she'll be able to log in wherever she is and see something. Sister Dawn, you had your babies with you. What was their response to the home?
Oh, they loved it as well. They know my passion for it, and they were just happy to finally be inside as well. They've seen me working over these past few weeks to try to support. And they were taken aback, especially with your the statues, right? Yes, with the cracked Adam statue and the story that you gave behind it. I would love if you could share that with everyone, but they just love that because they're all artists, writers, and future filmmakers, so they really took to that story.
Yeah, so the cracked Adam, for those who don't know, is a statue that's going to be placed in the front garden of the home. And the statue came about because I was trying to figure out what to put in the front yard. I knew I wanted a garden, but what else? I wanted a statue. I didn't necessarily want a statue of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad because, again, this is a living museum. And so sometimes when you see a statue, I started thinking about like the statue of Martin Luther King that's in Washington, D.C., and the many other statues that you see, but they're all of people who are dead.
Right.
And they just kind of, statue just kind of says, not with us. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to, but I think that's just kind of like the general sentiment. And so I said, well, what can we do? And I was studying problem number 30 from the problem book. And one particular phrase just kind of stuck out to me in sort of like a metaphysical phrase. Mr. Muhammad cracked one atom into 10 million parts. And what I've learned to do through this process is just go, okay, what do I do with that? What do you need me to do with that? And so I started meeting with some artists and we were just trying to figure it out. And there's a lot of spiritual elements involved with the development of this statue. So I initially wanted like 19 people around the cracked atom, touching it and taking the energy of Master Fard Muhammad. And then I wanted to really focus on the next phase of, I can't say what our next phase is, but what an important phase of our development, which is economic development. And so I was trying to figure out how to put that together. And when I met with the artists, they talked about another statue or art piece they worked on that had like children, you know, in a particular space, but we realized that 19 was too much. And so when the artist, his name is Maxwell, you all can follow him on Instagram at Demand Justice. He showed us what 19 looked like, what 12. He started showing us in drawings and we realized all of that was too much. And so I settled on 6 people touching the cracked atom. And the cracked atom would represent Master Fard Muhammad. So there will be 6 members of the African diaspora. And so that was where I thought about it. And I said, well, okay, for economic development, how about they hold a briefcase that says the mind of an entrepreneur, which is my brand. But at the top, it'll have an imprint of the Messenger's Fez. And at the bottom of the briefcase, an imprint of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's Fez. Meaning, which is kind of symbolic of how I do business, where I try my best to take and pull wisdom from both of their teachings. I said, okay, that can be what we move forward. And if we're all on one accord throughout the diaspora, with our focus on Master Fard Muhammad and holding that wisdom, you know, we'll be supernatural. So that's kind of what I was thinking. And then, so we started drawing it out. He started doing some science, some studying of costumes and clothing, because he wanted to design the clothing so that it never looked dated. So if you notice, nobody has like a little afro, so it doesn't look like the 70s or the 60s. It's something that will look timeless. And so then with the choosing of the people, I chose 6. And I think this part happened first. I had a meeting with the National Secretary, Brother Saad, and Brother Saad suggested to me, he said, 6. He goes, but what about, why not 7? And he went into why there would be 7. And I listened to him, but I wasn't really listening because, you know, when you got a project like this, somebody always telling you something. And while I respect him, I just was like, I can't take no more ideas. So I'm just going to tuck that in the back of my brain. But I was literally going to the retrofitting of the statue in the front yard with the plywood. And that, like I told you, I just stuck that in the back of my brain. And the way I do it is because so many people have so many ideas and so many people have things to say, I just kind of go, okay, Allah, you heard that, right? Let me know if that's you or if it's something you want me to do. And then I move on. I just kind of forget about it because I can't contain all the ideas and everything that everybody has to say. So that's what I did with what Brother Saad said to me about the 7. And when I walked up in the driveway where Maxwell was putting the plywood together to show us what the statue would look like, he did like this. He said, I hope you don't mind, I did 7. I said, okay, Allah. That's how we ended up with 7. Then, so we put it up immediately as soon as we put the statue in the yard, right into the FOI, a rainbow went. And so Maxwell, then when he was designing it, he said, I want to make sure that the FOI has all the power of the statue. And so without the FOI full of electricity, the cracked atom doesn't illuminate. So he holds the power for the illumination of the cracked atom. So we're like, okay, got that. And then in March, I went to Benin. A friend of mine, she had her 50th birthday party, and a bunch of us all went down there to Benin to hang out. And we went all through Dahomey where The Woman King was filmed. I was in that palace or that castle where they filmed The Woman King. I went to Ouida where they have the burning sands where they march the slaves over, and they have the slave castles. But as you go into Ouida, there's 2 statues. There's one of King Dahomey. So there was a bunch of King Dahomeys, right? It was the young King Dahomey who ended up creating the Woman King. But the original King Dahomey, there's a statue of him. Now, mind you, we've already done the cracked atom. It's already in production. I've already paid the deposits. We got the molds done. We're driving into Ouida in Benin, and King Dahomey is standing there with his hand in the same position as the cracked atom statue members. And I was like, pull over, pull over, pull over, pull over. So we pull over, and we got pictures with King Dahomey, his hand like that. But that ain't it. Then we go into Ouida, we go to King Dahomey's palace, we see where the women king were. We had a tour guide, we learned all of that stuff. On our way out of King Dahomey's area, I think we were going back to Ouida because that's where our hotel was. We were going back to Ouida. We run into the symbol of Benin. And if you Google the symbol of Benin, it's members of the community, and they're all touching something in the air, just like our cracked atom. And wow. Sense that cracked atom statue is divinely guided. So much so that when we took the statues out, once we got them completed, we took them out of the truck. They look so lifelike that we're like, no, this is a movie. This is a movement. We're going to do a whole bunch of stuff with this. And so we started working on the script. Brother Jihad, somebody needs to mute their phone. Brother Jihad in California, he helped me with the script. So we got 7 superheroes, and we're working on the animated film. We actually started yesterday on the animated pictorial book. So basically it's like a big, I'm not supposed to say this, but like a big comic book, right? But it's a book. And so we started on that. And so I'm just really excited about that. I think it's something that the children will really, 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 relate to and connect to because they're superheroes. And the characters in the movie, the Cracked Atoms, they're all teens. So it'll be something as they make their journey, and they're actually using the teachings to make themselves survive. So I'm super, super, super excited about it. You can see right here behind me, that's our first cardboard replica of the Cracked Atom right there. And you all saw the little one, more lifelike one.
Yes.
So yeah, so that I'm convinced that thing, that literally came through me. I never had seen the Benin symbol of unity. And if you Google it, you'll see how similar it is to the cracked Adam. I had in my mind, can you guys mute, please? I had in my mind, I can mute you if, I had in my mind that there would be 6, and then 2 people suggested 7. Uh-oh, here's a phone call. Let's take that really quickly. Here we go.
Call from.
Jamel.
To accept, press 1.
Assalamu alaikum, Brother Jamel. You're on the Mind of an Entrepreneur show. How was your experience at the Honorable Elijah Muhammad House?
Wow. I could say a million wows, but I'm going to try to sum it up like this. Because what you just shared is an entry point of what is on my heart. Because I'm out of Brooklyn, New York, Brownsville in particular.
Okay.
And it means a lot because how I've been taught regarding the teachings is that New York is the backbone of the nation.
Okay.
And with Detroit being 1 and Chicago being 2, it came to me that I was in the Kaaba. The messenger's home represents the Kaaba, the black stone to me. Because with Abraham and his son, what he said, Allah told him we will be a stranger in a land that's not of our own, and we will serve those people for 400 years. So with the minister coming into the nation in 1955, that represents 400 years right there. If we do the math from 1555 to 1955. And my mother was born in 1955, so it's so deep for me.
All praises due to Allah. How did you feel when you walked into the house?
Excuse me?
How did you feel when you walked into the house?
I felt like I was floating.
Yeah.
I felt like I was there before.
Yes.
Because I have experienced the messenger in my own intimate way, and it showed me that it's like a great grandfather talking to the messenger in my own. So it's so much I can expound on, but I don't want to take up so much time. But I want to thank you and thank everyone who's involved in my spiritual journey. I went on my pilgrimage because I did go to Detroit once before and being in Chicago this past weekend for Saviours Day. So if I don't never make it to the pilgrimage in the East, I made my pilgrimage in the West.
Oh, brother. Oh, my gosh. How beautiful is that? Thank you so much for calling in, and thank you for your support.
Thank you. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. What a beautiful testimony. There are some of you all who have called in and left a voicemail. Call us back. There's another call, you guys. Y'all ready? All right, let's see. Everybody put your phone on mute, please. Your computer on mute.
Call from.
Anissa Experience Reps.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Assalamu alaikum, Sister Anissa.
Wa alaikum salam, Sister Sajdah. Wa alaikum salam. Can you hear me?
Absolutely, we can hear you. I'm sorry your video isn't working, but we can definitely hear you on the call. Tell us about your experience at the house.
That experience was absolutely phenomenally incredible. The home has so much reverence for me. My favorite room is the dining room, the dining area, in which that picture of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad smiling and eating an apple just sent a surge of energy through me, because I see him as the God that he is. And for him to have a moment just to smile brought tears to my eyes, because that Black man had the weight and has the weight of the universe on his shoulders, and he found a moment to smile. I have no idea why that touched my heart the way that it did, but it did. Everyone that came through those doors were in awe. They were proud to be there. Their spirit and their energy was high. And walking through that home just brought so much joy to everyone, because they realized that Elijah lives. That's what I felt. That's what I witnessed. That's what I saw. And I feel honored to actually be a part of this particular project and working with you and Sister Dawn, Aletha, Zakia, and Sister Charlene. Oh my God. I mean, it's just, I'm still on a spiritual high from walking through that house. God lives there. How can I not be in a state of bliss?
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Thank you so much, Sister Anissa, for that beautiful testimony. And we'll try to get you back on camera. We'll try again after this next call.
Okay, we'll see. Thank you.
All right. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
What a beautiful testimony. I saw a couple of you all trying to call in while we were talking to Sister Anissa. Give us a call back, 312-627-9717. If you tried to call, if you left a voicemail, call us back, because y'all know we ain't checking voicemail while we on the line. So thank you all. Here we go. Here's another one.
Call from
Vivian Stewart.
To accept, press 1.
Assalamu alaikum, Sister Vivian. You're on the Mind of an Entrepreneur show. Thank you for coming last week. It was so great to finally put a face to the name.
Oh, yes, Sajdah. I was so happy to see you in person. And I want to, and also your wonderful helpers, I thank them. And so everyone, you know, my name is Vivian Stewart. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, by way of New York. And I just wanted you to know I was excited to spend my upcoming Born Day at Saviours Day 2023. I would be 75. I am now 75 years young.
Oh, praises due to Allah.
Yes, but Sajdah, then I received your invitation for the Sajdah House tour. What a second blessing. I was so excited. So, and for you to know, as a family historian, I understand the importance of preserving the history of our beloved, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yes.
And for me, and I'm sure for all, a divine leader. As I walked on the grounds and entered the home, I could feel the sacredness, a holy place. And God, Allah, bless you and guide you in the team.
Oh,
thank you so much, Sajdah.
Thank you, Sister Vivian. Thank you. And may Allah bless you, sis.
Thank you. Many blessings. Bye-bye.
Yes, ma'am. Wow, what beautiful testimonies. I can't say enough. There were so many people that were there. I hope people call in. Y'all up for taking a few more calls?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I see Sister Aletha has joined us, and she didn't get a chance to give her testimony. So Aletha, before somebody else calls in, tell us what your feeling was of being in the house. Why don't you do it after this call, because we got a call. Uh-oh. Looks like they hung up. Okay, caller 704, give us a call back. It looks like you got disconnected. Okay, Sister Aletha, let's see if we can get it in.
I'll get it in quickly. I have to say I have been blessed to have been a part since the beginning of the project with you, the 52 months. And I was triply blessed to see the first set of tours, the first set of daily tours come through the home. It was beautiful. It was spiritual, serene, yet electrifying and exciting. It was amazing. And just everybody's energy.
Yeah.
It was worth all of it. I mean, the actual sacrifice to make sure, that everybody was safe and great in there. It was a beautiful experience. So I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, no, I thank each and every one of you all for being a part of it. Projects like this are hard. Anytime you embark upon a project that's long, one of the challenges is lack of continuity in your health. I spent a lot of time. It's interesting. Part of the table being prepared for me is I spent a lot of time as a consultant, and oftentimes I would get contracts where the project had been going on for 2 or 3 years, and then I would come in as a new person running the project or whatever my role was, and then have to try to pull all those staff members together, reignite people, get people to continue to be excited, and then pick up the project and take it to that next level. And so in this particular case, doing that with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad House has been nothing short of a blessing. Okay, we have a caller. Let's see.
Call from Sister Maureen. To accept, press 1.
Assalamu alaikum, Sister Maureen. You are on the Mind of an Entrepreneur show. How was your experience at the Honorable Elijah Muhammad House?
Yes, ma'am. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
I cannot express the feeling. I've never had a feeling like that before.
Oh, praises due to Allah.
It was such a blessing. You could feel the energy of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I was one of those sisters with my hands on the wall, just touching the banister going up the stairs. I had my husband take a picture of that because I just felt the messenger.
Mm-hmm.
Sister, what you're doing, the house it's a jewel in the crown of the Nation of Islam and for the experience of Blacks in the wilderness of North America. So thank you so much. We got our coins. They're now family heirlooms.
Yes.
And family. Let us please support this. This is ours.
Yes.
Allah, just moving through you, Sister Sajdah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Wa alaikum salam. Thank you so much. Caller 803, give us a call back. You called us while we were actually on another call. So thank you. What a wonderful testimony, because yeah, like I said, every material in the house, has absorbed the energy of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, because he's there. He's been there. He lived there. He slept there. What a beautiful, beautiful experience. Anybody else, anything you want to say before caller 803 calls us back?
I did want to just real quick bear witness to the transformation, seeing the pictures of what it looked like when you got the home and seeing what it looks like in person now. It's just amazing. And I mean, you can just see the love, like the minister said, it's out there shining now, right? It's just beautiful. So I just encourage everyone to be able to come whenever we are able to do it again. Please come and see it for yourself, because seeing it in pictures is not the same as seeing it in person.
No, it doesn't. It's not the same. And the minister said to me on Monday, he said, we're going to get this house finished this year. So y'all heard that, right? So make sure you donate. Make sure you get your coin. We only have 10 or so of these pendants left. We've got about 1,000 of these. Don't sleep on the value of these graded coins. Contact one of our experience reps, because your membership number is in the back. And like I said, this weekend bore us witness to how important that membership is and how that membership is going to have its privileges, because I see us, and I've been saying this, I see us having like a 2 or 3 year waiting list, like the African American History Museum, and so the goal is going to be to make sure that we get the virtual tours up, because we had a wait list this past week. I don't know if you all remember that. We had about 250 adults and about 50 or so children. So, and the babies were just, incredible with their energy. They were just really incredible. Mm-hmm. I think Sister Dawn did you want to say something else, Sister Dawn? Yes,
no,
ma'am.
I was just bearing witness. I work with the children, and I said, I want to make sure that there's always something that's there. And you talked about that, being something being there for the children to do. So,
Brother Carvel asks, will be wheelchair access to all floors once completed? Yes, inshallah, Brother Carvel. I made a promise to the minister for him that I would put a wheelchair lift on that back staircase. And so that is still the plan. There's actually wheelchair access to access the home. And then once you go in, to be able to navigate the floors, we're going to work on a wheelchair lift on the back stairs, so that people who are in a wheelchair or who are unable to navigate the stairs can get upstairs. I initially wanted to put an elevator in the home, and I was denied that by the National Historic Society. And it kind of made sense, because I would have had to alter a little bit too much of the house, and then I would have had to impact the roof line of the house in order to put the wheelchair in. So we'll accomplish it to put the elevator in. So we'll accomplish it with the wheelchair lift. So the beautiful thing is that we're now listed on the National Registry of Historic Places. And I think that had we kind of bullied our way through and made that happen, then we probably would have had to dismiss that certification. So I'm so excited about that. Anybody else before y'all up for a few more calls? I know it's 8:03. There were a couple people calling while we were on the phone. We'll give them a chance to call in. And then I'll let our rep say something, and then we'll sign off. Sister Zakia, were you going to say something?
Yes, ma'am. I just want to to testify on, is that a call?
Hold on, Zakia. Look,
yes,
now right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Victor Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum, Brother Victor. You're on the Mind of an Entrepreneur show. Tell us about your experience at the Honorable Elijah Muhammad House.
Wa alaikum salam, Sister Sajdah and family. The tour, I felt like, was specifically for me. There was so many connections in everything that you were explaining. I could relate directly to them.
Yes.
And I know I'm not the only. I don't think I'm the only one that felt that way.
Okay.
But I hope that you're recording your tour.
Yes.
Also, I hope that you'll be giving another or other live tours, because I do intend to return. I am the brother that took the picture with Sister Rashida.
Yes.
And
yes,
I was
brother.
so.
Let me put that back up here.
Honored.
Go ahead, brother. I thank you for making her feel so special. You just made all of our day with what you did.
Well, that was in response to the way that the tour was being given and the energy that was being given in the tour. The highlight for me was when you said that you were not building or remodeling a museum for a dead person, that you were remodeling the museum for the living Christ. And so that was the energy that you were working with, and that you were giving, that was being channeled through the tour itself. So I thank you. I do intend to tour again. I hope you will open it back up again. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Thank you so much. Brother Victor was absolutely beautiful. We talked about that earlier, and just to highlight what he's talking about, one of the things that I continue to share with each group is that we don't represent a living man the way we do a dead man. And so this is a living museum. And so everything in it is living, it's moving. So you don't see things that look like a person is dead and they're not coming back anymore. We're talking about sharing life-giving teachings and living history and rolling the history forward, using technology to make it living exhibits, that kind of thing. So that's what he's talking about. And so he felt very moved by that and did a beautiful thing for Sister Rashida, one of our pioneers. Sister Zakia, let's see if we could get your comment in before somebody calls us back.
Yes, ma'am. I just want to follow up on what his point was actually connected to my point on the fact that like every space that you walk into, like you feel that energy in that space. I definitely felt that. And not only just that, but each room has history to it. You know, it's not just about, renovating. It is about renovating, but it's also like resurrecting that history again. And so for me, it was touching for me to not only, feel the energy of the home, but also to learn more about the history of those who helped him. What happened and, how each room served a purpose too. It wasn't just the home that we think of as a home, but that's as you mentioned on the tour, that was what helped. That's where the work of the nation took place in the first rise. So it was really phenomenal for you also doing that research and having other people help you with that as well to bring that to light. So I really thank you for that.
All praises due to Allah. Well, as we close out, I'll go around and have each of you, because you all as experienced reps, give your information, how people can reach out to you, and why they should continue to support, so that I can follow the minister's instructions that he gave me on Monday, which was get this house done this year. So what we got to do is we got to reverse engineer that, right? So we got about 4 to 6 months worth of work left. It's only 12 months in the year. So we need to raise this money in the next couple of months so we can get finished and get going and moving forward. And the idea is the more of the construction we complete, and especially as the weather gives us a break, we can do things outside and stuff like that to continue to raise money. And I thank everybody who supported. So I'll start with you, Sister Dawn, our top experienced rep here, blazing the trail on these coins. Talk to the people about why they should support and how they can contact you, and what your goal is as an experienced rep.
Thank you so much, Sister Sajdah. This was a wonderful experience. I mean, there's so many reasons why we should support this, and you laid them out for us. Between urban historic preservation, just this being where the nation was built for so many years. I mean, there's just so many reasons, and I think that any little thing that we do, I think everybody that came and took something back with them, from the what do you call it, the keychains to the beanie caps. Everybody that came wanted to have something to contribute in some way.
Yes.
So I think we should all do our part. And I'm here to serve you. My number is 404-450-5227. And reach out to me anytime. Let's get those coins sold and let's get this house finished.
All praises due to Allah. Sister Zakia?
Yes, ma'am. The Honorable Minister was Farrakhan asked us, what are we doing with God's time? And so what better time than to, preserve part of not only our history, but our future? Because I don't only just see this as something that, this was just back in the day. This is what we see. As a young person, I actually see this as part of my present and a part of my future and for future generations. And, there's so much I can go into, but for the sake of time, I'm not going to do that. But what comes to me, is like, what are we doing with God's time? And we have to be mindful to not put frivolous things, put other things that should not, we all have things we have to take care of. That's great. But we shouldn't put frivolous things or other things that are not necessarily a top priority. It's nation time right now. And we need to strive to be about that. So, definitely support. You can donate, you can purchase a coin, a pendant, and definitely share it with others as well. So you can reach me at 901-644-2723. That's 901-644-2723.
Thank you, Sister Zakia. Sister
You're
Alita,
welcome.
what say you? Anything?
I just have to say that, and I've always said it from the beginning, that this home and this project will be, the vessel and the way that the world will continue to learn about the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I mean, this will be a way that those who may not step on the grounds of our mosques in the cities, they can still come to this historic location and learn about the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Nation of Islam, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, our history, because our history is our foundation for our future. So I'm excited, as always, to be a part and to contribute. And, as I said during the tours, you have done, Sajdah, the heavy lifting. You've got all parts in, and it is now the 11th hour, the ninth inning, and we can just all come together and just knock it out the park and let this be ready for the world this year. Like I said, this year, Minister said this year, so it's going to be this year that we get this done. So I'm excited, and any way that I can continue to help and serve, I'm here.
All praises due to Allah. Thank you to each and every one of you for joining me on this journey. And I'm anxious. I've actually seen everybody involved evolve just from being a part and being, it's something about when you have to focus on the living Christ and how it transforms you. It makes you smarter, it makes you younger, it makes you more attractive, it makes you manifest more. And so I'm just grateful to be able to offer that experience to you all. And I love seeing each and every one of us pay it forward. And my favorite part, as you all know, is the pioneers and the babies. Watching those babies. So thank you all. Thank you for joining me tonight. And we're just gonna keep rolling.
Yes, ma'am. Long live Muhammad.
Let's push it. And remember, what did Allah tell David? Just throw the rock. I'll do the rest. So don't worry about actually selling the coin. Just worry about sharing your experience and sharing the experience with each and every person. Because at the end of the day, they gotta experience what we experience on a day-to-day basis. And I hope that this has helped to fortify you all, and that you can continue to move forward and fortify others.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Praise be to Allah. So thank you all. Thank you everyone for joining us this evening. This was our special Mind of an Entrepreneur show. We got some good comments in here. I see Brother Cedric X just came and said, all praise be to Allah in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. May Allah bless you with success in making the capital city of our nation a jewel. That's Brother Cedric. You know what? Let me bring the sisters back here, because y'all know what I forgot to talk about is our security.
Yes.
Security. I forgot. Cedric, thank you for saying that. Brother Cedric is one of our security team members. We have Brother Kateen, Brother Tyreek. Look, I gotta extend this for a couple seconds. Go around the room. I'm gonna start with you, Sister Letha. Let's talk about our security.
Were they on it or what?
Listen,
what?
Listen.
Words are inadequate, cannot express how they were so punctual, so alert, so sincere. They were human, yet got it done. Thorough and exact. So they actually set the tone. That's where the tone is set before you come, into the sacred spaces, and they set the tone.
They set the tone in such a spiritual way, though. It was security, but it was so spiritual. And then we had, and I almost forgot to mention this, Sister Angelique and Brother Chris, who came in like security / help. They were part of that group of people, that helped us. But the security
That's right.
My God, they just touched my soul. Brother Frank, I hate to, Brother Brian from Milwaukee, Brother Katim, Brother Cedric, Brother Tyree, Brother David from Houston.
Yes. And most of them were young, just young brothers there at the beginning.
Yes, amazing. Sister Dawn, any comments about the security team?
Yes, absolutely. I just ditto everything that y'all just said. And I thank Brother Cedric specifically for waiting outside in the cold for me.
Yeah.
that was so wonderful of him. And congratulations on his winning the Master tournament. But
yes.
The brothers were awesome. I was telling my sons how I just felt really protected, and I saw the brother Chris, I think it was at the end. He kept coming up the back steps, and everywhere I looked, he was there, and I'm like, the brother was on it. So
they were so on it. I can't yet put my mind together around it to put the words, because they were thorough, they were together, but it was a spirit that was on them that I promise you I've never seen before. It was let me give it. It was courageous, it was protective, it was loving, it was securing, it was God-fearing, it was powerful. And it's almost like Allah chose them. And shout out to the Supreme Captain's Office, who through Brother Assistant Supreme Captain Brother Aziz, Brother Dwayne. But I promise you, these brothers had to be chosen, and from some other space and time, because they came together like they all belong together. The ones that were on the inside, the ones that were on the outside, they were paying attention. They were looking out. And that brother Katim, he ain't no joke. Don't play with him. Not at all. Sister Zakia, any thoughts on the security? I had to come back and give a couple minutes to them, because I saw it in my notes, and then when Brother Cedric said that, I said, I got to give them their moment. Go ahead, Sister Zakia.
Yeah. Well, I just agree with what everyone has said, and especially about the loving piece, because it was something about, even though they're securing, us and the property, it was about, from what I could witness from being inside the gate, they're welcoming people, and it's not just, let me just make sure you got nothing on you. It was still this loving, welcoming spirit, which is what, we want when you come into the house. So it's kind of like you said, it was just kind of like everything there was just divinely aligned. So thank you so much to security. I know it was cold outside, but y'all held it down. I didn't even have to worry about what was on outside. All of our attention was just on, making sure the tour went well. So thank y'all so much for y'all sacrifice.
No, thank you so much for saying that, because they make me get choked up, because when I started seeing them, and I remember how, Brother David was giving suggestions on let's do this and let's do that. And every single one of them, I can't even say that there was one person that, from a security standpoint, that was off a little bit, or even down to Brother Musa, who was the lieutenant who coordinated them and pulled them together. He actually came, he checked in with me every day to make sure everybody was doing well. He even checked in with me afterwards. He called me Tuesday to make sure that everything was good. Just kudos to the Fruit of Islam. That's why that Cracked Adam statue is dedicated.
That's right.
That's right.
So Assalamu alaikum, family. Had to come back and say that, and I wanted the brothers to see that it's not just Sister Sajdah, it's everybody felt that from you all, even the guests. So thank you. So Assalamu alaikum, family. Look out for us. We're going to be looking to do some things during Ramadan. Please get your commemorative Elijah coin. Support, become a sponsor. If you become a sponsor, your name will be in the house. You'll be etched in stone. You'll go down in history. You know how you go to the hospital and they say this is the so-and-so and so-and-so wing, or the so-and-so and so-and-so room? Well, you want to be that so-and-so and so-and-so. So thank you all. I'm just honored. I'm honored beyond measure. And then we were able to end it on Monday with the about a 1 hour sit down with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Every year I say this is the best Saviours Day ever. And I'm saying it again this year. This was the best Saviours Day ever. So, all right, with that, family, let's see. Did I miss any other comments? Brother Victor said he bears witness that they were professional and courteous and thorough. That's right. All right. So praise be to Allah. Go to Sajdah House donations or go to sajdahhouse.com or contact one of our experience reps to get your commemorative Elijah coin. All right, family. Peace and blessings. And I'm just going to end it before I think of something else. Assalamu alaikum. Make sure you like and subscribe to this page and add the Mind of an Entrepreneur show or Mo Today to your Roku TV lineup. Peace and blessings.